Alright, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakar, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. So I seen this article and, I had to do a lesson on it. So here we are. This is from today, August 8th. It's from the Chicago Sun-Times. It says, call in the National Guard. Alright? It says Humvees and other military vehicles with the National Guard during the Chicago Memorial Day Parade earlier this year. So it's a picture from earlier this year. But it says marches aren't working. Pleading is not working. The police are maxed out with extra hours. And now the city wants more from them. The only thing that will work is to bring in the National Guard, which will set curfews and let all know that they mean business. Just like in the 1960s, they could clean up the city once and for all. It says Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who is Obama's boy, and Police Sergeant Eddie Johnson need to set the pride and ego aside and welcome the Guard. Chicago is in a crisis. It says the National Guard to do what exactly and for how long? Alright, it's talking about martial law. Alright, because if you have the military in a police outfit or in a police row, that's automatically martial law. And it said curfews, that's martial law. Okay, you can watch the countless number of movies that's been out that depict this, okay? But we're going to keep it going. It says, so people can blame the National Guard? No way. It's the family structure thing. That's the problem, Mom, dad, baby, marriage. Really, it's the will of the Most High. But within the will of the Most High, you have this algorithm, which that is a part of the algorithm. In our neighborhoods, they've separated the father from the mother. They've taken the father totally out of the equation. Most of us are dead or in jail, or the woman is getting these benefits and she don't want the man in the house or don't act like she don't need the man. But it's a divide and conquer thing. Okay, it says people need to turn into shooters and gangbangers. Like it says, I don't know. I think it's supposed to be Sergeant, but Johnson said their family and friends know who they are. Stand up and help get these people off the street. People ain't gonna snitch, right? Why would you? They don't have no incentive to snitch. Okay, to clean up the streets, you say that snitching is gonna clean up the streets, but it's a famous saying that snitches get stitches. Okay, people ain't gonna snitch, especially not on their family and on their friends, unless you're from Omaha. But that's an inside joke. But it says it's a high price for police mistrust. That's what it is. It's a high price for police mistrust. Nobody trusts the police. I even seen a post today saying, is it the police that's shooting everybody? And blaming it on the gangs, which it very well might be. It might be a real life purge situation going on. You had, I think they said 30 people got shot in like a matter of a couple hours in Chicago. I mean, I know it's bad, but damn. But this is beautiful actually, because it's all part of the Lord's plan, God's plan. It's all part of the algorithm. So we're gonna keep it pushing, and we're gonna get some of these scriptures here in a second. It says you have to realize that all this is wrong and act. Be responsible adults. Speak up. Stop blaming others. It says, let me see. That's something different. Has to be. But all right. Looks like that was the meat and potatoes of the article. But the point is, that this is coming, man. This martial law is coming. And with everything that's going on in Chicago, that's the perfect place to set up for it. And I don't believe that it's just the gangs doing it. I do believe that it is a real life purge situation going on in Chicago. I do believe that, you have military, you have police going around doing these shootings, okay, and pushing a blame on other people because they do false flag attacks on themselves. So why wouldn't they, do it to the people who they trying to just take out anyways? But we're going to grab a couple precepts, man. Let me see. This first precept I'm going to grab is Isaiah 59:19. It says, "So they shall fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun." All right, so everybody's gonna fear the Lord, okay? From sun up to sundown. That's from all the way from the east to all the way to the west, man. Everybody's gonna fear the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, okay? It says, "When the enemy shall come in like a flood." Okay, who's the enemy? And how are they gonna come in like a flood? The enemy is the so-called white man. These troops, the National Guard, the your different military complexes, your army or navy, whoever it is. Basically, it's boots on the ground, okay? Stormtroopers, okay? That's what it's talking about. When they should come in like a flood, that's setting up that martial law. Like I said, checkpoints on every corner, curfews at night, shoot on sight, okay? They not going for no bullshit. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family, all right? They following orders, and they already been training for urban American environments. Okay, there's plenty of videos on YouTube, countless videos on YouTube that shows them training here in urban areas. They had the little drills, that they ran. I can't. It's really escaping me right now. The name of the drills that they were doing, but they were basically going around, I believe in the state of Texas, and carrying out missions, like mock missions. So they ready for this, okay? It says, when they do this, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, what's going to happen? The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him, okay? The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is going to lift up a standard. What's that standard? That's the men who are sighing and crying for the abominations that be done therein. Okay, the true men of the Lord. Okay, the true believers. Because the Lord said, if this was my kingdom, they would fight for me. Well, he coming to take the kingdom, and his people will fight for him. And that standard will be lifted up. As in the time of David, as in the time of Joshua, okay? As in the time of all the other great men of Israel that went to war. It's gonna be wartime out here, man. It's go time. So you need to be in that spirit. You need to be in that mindset that it's go time. Any moment, at any moment, they about to come in like a flood. This is gonna be go time, so you can't get caught with your pants down. You need to be doing the right things, okay, day in, day out. That's gonna prepare you. Number one, spiritually. Number two, mentally. And we ain't really worried about the physical because, like I said, the Lord is gonna lift up a standard above or of it. But you still gonna have to. The physical does still count. You still are gonna have to. It's not gonna just happen overnight like I Dream of Genie or some shit. You know what I mean? So you still will want to take care of your physical. Okay, you want to decalcify your pineal gland, do things like that with your body to clean it out or to strengthen or whatever it is you got to do to make sure that you're gonna be down the ride in that day. And I'm gonna give one more precept. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, is coming close." Okay. It says, "One people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, And the modern day sword is a gun. Okay, so there's one people against another people. That's a race war. Which, it's a lot of racism in this country right now. LeBron just said that Trump is tearing this country apart, tearing it in two, which is true. But like I said, it's all part of the algorithm. It's very important that this does happen. We can't skip no steps. All right, that's why we're not protesting against the violence that's going on. We want the violence because why? It's all a part of the Lord's program. Okay, he says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay, it's sedition among men. It's going to be a lot of things going on. Okay, a lot of things out of order, and people invading one another. They're not really on. It says they should not regard their kings nor princes. Okay, they're not going to care what laws are coming down. All right, authority has no authority in that day. Okay, what's the main goal in that day for the everyday people? It's gonna be to survive. Food, water, shelter. Food, water, shelter, and securing your family. That's what they're gonna be worried about. But here it says, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, one man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law. That's what we just read. Them locking the city down, curfews and whatnot. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. It's going to be real scary in that day. You will have grown men, okay, scared, running scared, not knowing what to do, because they ain't never been through a time like this. That's what Jacob's trouble is. It's a time that never was before and never shall be. It says, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? Because they're going to be hungry, because they need to take care of their family. Okay, it says the love of many shall wax cold. That's what it's going to be like in that day, man. And that day is rapidly approaching. So like I said, stay with it, man. Stay steadfast, stay diligent. Do what you got to do, man, in this truth to be part of that standard that's lifted up. All right, I hope you were edified. Hope you were inspired by this video. Call law. That's all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Wahab Kadash, the Bonnets apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.